Yeah, Wizards of the Coast dropped an announcement that's actually kind of a bombshell, and nobody's talking about it. This is going to affect anyone who not only plays Magic, but plans to buy a product in 2023. Let's talk about it. Long before rabid collectors got their grubby paws on every Black Lotus in known existence, and back before Magic the Gathering was some weird investment vehicle with YouTubers building shelves of sealed product behind them, Magic the Gathering was a trading card game that we loved to gather around our kitchen table or the local game store and sling cardboard and play our spells. And Wizards of the Coast made an announcement about returning to those roots in the coming years, and they have given us some information about how we're going to do that in 2023. Now, most importantly, even if you're not an avid Magic the Gathering fan or a tournament grinder, this announcement will affect you. Every single enthusiast needs to know what's going on today. So we're going to talk about what that announcement is. We're going to talk about kind of why they made the announcement. They explain that kind of hidden in the comment section below. We're also going to talk about a huge positive for every Magic enthusiast out there from this announcement. And actually, there's a negative we have to discuss at the end of this video that is a reason this announcement is actually might not be the best thing in the entire world. But what was the announcement? What did they say? Well, via the Play Magic Twitter page, they announced that all RCQ events, that's right, Magic's return to organized play and their their new Pro Tour series is based around the start or these RCQ events. It will all be based around one single format and then limited as well. So I guess one single format and limited, so more than one single format. But the main point here is it will feature one constructed format across the board. No matter where you go to an RCQ, theoretically, in the Magic Play network, you will play the same format. They actually leaked in the comment section below that format for the upcoming RCQ season will be Pioneer, and this has the community kind of outraged. There are some huge pros and some huge cons here. The big pro that they kind of let onto that I really think is a good point is accessibility. Pioneer is a significantly cheaper format than something like Modern and doesn't require, let's say, as much keeping up with for the casual or mid-level enthusiast to go to these RCQ events and play as something like Standard would have. And we have a conversation on this channel about how Standard, but I don't know if it can come back, if I'm being honest with you, so make sure after this when you check that video out. But Pioneer, in my opinion, might be the perfect vehicle here. There are Pioneer decks as cheap as $200 to $211 according to MTG Goldfish, and they go all the way up to around $600. Now, mind you, these are legacy format decks where you can build the deck once, have it around forever, and play it whenever you want, provided you dodge all banning. So as far as accessibility goes, this is a really interesting point. It's accessible for people who might not already have decks of other formats built and ready to go. If you're looking to kind of crash into the scene, break onto the scene, or maybe get your feet wet and try one of these events out, Pioneer's a nice middle ground. It's going to offer you an affordable format where you can dip your feet in, try it out, and always have something that will be around. The argument against accessibility is, as we sit right now, Pioneer is not exactly the most popular format. I wouldn't say that is the largest level of communities of people going to FNMs and playing in what will be this tournament scene. Now, again, this doesn't necessarily affect everyone. This affects more of those tournament players, but I think what really is going to affect everyone is this is going to hopefully give new life and new purpose to standard Magic the Gathering set releases. That's right. Pioneer, with any of its faults, I don't care if you want to complain about it, if you love the format, if you hate the format, it is the format right now that is most affected in paper by standard set releases. Commander aside, because we can't really do competitive Commander events. CEDH crowd, I guess I'm not talking to you. But Pioneer has an opportunity to bring in a lot of these newly designed cards from sets like the Brothers War and Dominaria United, and heck, soon Phyrexia All Will Be One, and really make use of those cards in a new, exciting way. This could breathe life into those products, into those boxes, and give our players and our community, our enthusiasts like you and me, a bigger reason to want to buy these products, want to buy the singles, want to buy and open packs. And all in all, that's a huge positive. I have said on this channel repeatedly, ad nauseum at this point, that I think standard products are in a weird spot because they don't really serve this purpose, right? They don't really have a lot of meaning with Standard being an almost all online format, but with Pioneer being the mainstay, it's accessible, it gives us new reasons to use these boxes. I think it could be very exciting. The problem is that it is very locked down, and this is the big problem. For those of you waiting for the negative, you know it's coming right here. It's very locked down. There's so many strong Magic the Gathering communities currently across the country and probably across the entire world that play different formats. You have tons of people playing limited that will, you know, they'll benefit here, but maybe they don't have an active constructed format. They would have wanted to run a limited RCQ. Modern pods, modern formats, modern FNMs are huge, especially in the Midwest, and I'm sure across the rest of the country, and those players are going to be told they can't play the format that they've been grinding for years with their community at their LGS, because all LGSs participating in this must provide the same format. They must do Pioneer. So at the same time, you know, in the same breath that this is going to be very accessible, if you're not someone who's already grinding a format, already playing competitive Magic, and you just want to get your feet wet, get out in the tournament scene and try these things, have a little fun, it's accessible for you. But if you're entrenched, it might be a barrier. You're going to find yourself, you have to dip your feet into a new format. But this overall could take a turn. It could be a positive. I think Pioneer is a format that will benefit from, you know, I assume a couple bans before this are coming. Pioneer is run rampant right now by those trying to nix, but that's not something we need to get into in this video. But I want to know what you think. What do you think this return to organized play announcement has done to the community? Do you think this is overall a positive, or do you think the big negative of the fact that all these communities that exist running different formats now have to be funneled and forced to play this format? Or is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I want to know what you think. And my final thoughts is I would have been interested if at the RCQ level, at more of the local level, you could run kind of any format that your group, your community was comfortable with, but knowing that if you made it to the next level, if you made it to the big major tournament scene, that was going to be Pioneer, so you needed to prepare, guys. This has been a fun conversation. If you like the video, please like. If you haven't yet, share this video or one of my videos with a friend or group of friends. I really think these conversations in our community are extremely important. And again, I'm racing to 5K. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. I forgot what part of my outro I'm in, but you know what? This has been a blast. I can't wait to play in some of these. Let's go.